They promised stability, talked about rebuilding, but what's happening in Cleveland looks more and more like a science experiment gone off the rails. While fans are still trying to figure out who the face of this franchise is supposed to be, the front office is making moves that flat out defy NFL logic. A rookie is being thrown into the spotlight, while a billionaire shadow looms over Berea, ready to flip the table at any moment. It's just the preseason, but the chaos has already begun. And when the smoke clears, who's going to be left standing? When Shedeur Sanders was announced as the starter for the Browns' preseason opener, it wasn't just a football decision. It was a dead-on reflection of where this team is right now, lost in the fog, grasping for identity. Shedeur, a fifth-round pick in the 2025 draft, is getting the nod against the Panthers because, frankly, there's nobody else. Kenny Pickett? Hurt. Dylan Gabriel? Also out. Flacco being preserved at 40. So here we are, throwing Shedeur into the fire without a single first-team rep in full-speed practice. And still, don't assume this is just bad luck. Behind closed doors, there are whispers this was always the plan. Get Shedeur into the spotlight fast. Why? Because the franchise knows it's out of time. They need answers right now. Is there something real there? Something worth tearing up the old blueprint for? This Panthers game isn't just another meaningless August matchup. It's a lab test, a survival scenario. And here's the twist. Across the field is Jimmy Horn Jr., Shedeur's former teammate at Colorado. Two rookies, two long shots, now suddenly cast as main characters in a story neither of them expected to headline this early. There's more. At joint practices this week, Shedeur and Horn were both spotted wearing the same cleats, Nike Diamond Turf 93s, a tribute to Deion Sanders, Shedeur's father. A nod to the past, sure, but also a message. The new generation's here, and they're showing up with their own identity. The moment between them was emotional, real, but underneath it all, competition. Horn's fighting to make the Panthers roster. Shedeur is trying to prove he's more than just Coach Prime's kid. Both were late-round picks. Both are carrying baggage. And both are about to find out what the league really thinks of them live in front of the entire NFL. Inside the building, things are tense. Some folks think throwing Shedeur in this early is a mistake, that skipping steps can blow up in your face. But the sharpest insiders see something else. This isn't just the test of a player. It's a test of the front office's conviction. The question echoing through Berea is, what if he shocks us? Picture the fallout. If Shedeur puts together a solid performance, even just for a few drives, it puts heat directly on Joe Flacco. More than that, it reopens the Deshaun Watson wound. If he shows poise, awareness, leadership, the internet's gonna explode. And the fans, they'll start demanding more. We've seen this movie in Cleveland before. Unknown quarterback stepping in, winning hearts, and then collapsing under the weight of expectations. But Shedeur feels different. He's been in the spotlight. He knows the pressure. He was built in it. Maybe that's why they're tossing him into the fire now. Because truth is, the Browns aren't just searching for a quarterback. They're hunting for a storyline. And Friday night, that story begins, whether Shedeur becomes the hero or the latest victim. But while all eyes are on Shedeur Sanders, there's still a ghost hovering over this team, a forgotten name that could suddenly come crashing back into the picture. Deshaun Watson. Yeah, he's still here. Still on the roster, still under contract. Still in the back of everyone's mind. The $230 million gambles that went from a hopeful to humiliating and now to downright dangerous. Reality check. The Browns have 6 quarterbacks under contract. Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel, Sanders, Huntley, and Watson. No one wants to say out loud what happens if Watson walks in holding a medical clearance and says, "I'm ready." He will walk in, make no mistake,
But he's not coming back to play for Cleveland. He's coming back to prove Jimmy Haslam wrong, to shove it in the face of everyone who labeled him a mistake. The only way he does that is on the field. Somewhere. Anywhere. Anywhere. Here's the kicker. There's a contractual trap. If Watson is declared healthy, the Browns must move him to the active roster. If they don't, they have to release him, which would trigger a $131 million cap hit in 2026. That's not just a bad decision. That's a franchise killer. That's the death of the rebuild. So now the political chess game begins. The Browns want to keep him on the PUP list, keep him inactive, quiet, stealth, off the radar. Reasonable, and honestly, they've got solid medical grounds to back it. 2 Achilles tears is no joke. But what if he really is good to go? That's when things get ugly. That's when we enter legal territory. If Watson says he's healthy and the team refuses to activate him, that's a serious accusation. That could ignite a war with the NFLPA, and that's a fight no team wants. Meanwhile, Kevin Stefanski is stuck in the middle of this mess, overwhelmed. He should be focused on bringing Shador along, helping Gabriel grow, and letting Flacco manage the offense. But instead, he's got a $230 million ghost standing at the edge of the locker room, ready to reclaim his throne. The front office is stalling. Signing Huntley was their insurance policy, a move to say, we're fine, without having to stare Watson in the eye. But that's just optics. Eventually, someone's going to ask the obvious. If Watson's healthy, why isn't he playing? And nobody wants the answer to that. That's why Browns fans need to pay attention, not just to who's on the field, but who isn't. The silence around Watson isn't accidental. It's strategy. But the silence won't hold much longer. Behind closed doors, there's real fear that one day Watson walks through that facility, medical paperwork in hand, demanding his spot back. And when that happens, the masks come off. The Browns will have to choose, either lose millions or lose control of their own narrative. Because this isn't about health anymore. It's about leverage. And for a team already struggling to name a quarterback on the field, they might be walking straight into their biggest battle of the season, off of it. Cleveland standing at a dangerous crossroads. On one side, raw hope and a rookie who could change everything. On the other, the looming threat of a veteran who cost too much to ignore. And in the middle of that storm, a roster trying to stay focused and a fan base trying to believe just one more time that maybe, finally, this season ends differently. But the truth is, the Browns have to take control now or get swallowed up by their own indecision. The clock is ticking, and when smoke clears from this wild preseason, only one name will be left on the marquee. The question is, who will it be?